Hey everyone, what's up? It's Pro here. Alrighty then, welcome to this video. So, since I got back into RPG Maker, I was thinking to myself, how can we make something that's kind of generic into something that's not so generic? In other words, like, how can we turn something like a save point or a healing point, for example, into something cool? And what I came up with, I'll go ahead and show you the three different things. And I'll show you how it's done as well. So, here's the first type. It's just a quick, standard heal thing. You step on it and a little animation plays and you get healed. Second type is right here. And it's like, yeah, party fully recovered. And the third type is my favorite, to say the very least. Check it out. I thought this was pretty cool. You can actually display icons, by the way, when you're making show choice commands. And if you shrink the text, it kind of makes it look a little bit more, I don't know, like original, you know, like not as generic RPG-like. So this one actually features a save point as well, which you could save. And the cool thing is, like, when you reload, so let's reload. When you reload, it's all there still, and so is your menu. And check out the stars up here. I like that part. That's really cool. You can like kind of see the stars like a little bit through the thing. And if you notice the color tinting here, that's actually a picture. I'll go over that in a minute though. But we have this mission thing. It simply says 0 for now. But if we if we talk to this guy, we set that variable. Go to mission, and it's like Laura has a feeling. Find out what she means. So then, I will go over each and every one of these. So the fast recovery one here. All of these are going to be common events, by the way. So you are going to have to go to your common events. The fast one literally just heals the party and plays an animation. Now for the middle one, the one where like it recovers and then like moves you down and this like party is fully recovered. It's a pretty simple event. We just gather the followers. We make the player face down. We heal the entire party. We play an animation, which I will go over the custom animations that I made in just a second. And we set the move route to down. You want to make sure skip and wait are both on. Otherwise, if you try to move into a wall, well, you're just going to end up soft locked. And that's what the skip is for. And then we're going to gather the followers. And then we're just going to display some text. This one is where it gets a little advanced. The cool looking one, don't be intimidated by all this. This is actually pretty simple, and I'm going to go over it little bit by little bit. So very similar to the other one, we gather the followers, then we set the move route to the player, turn down, heal the entire party, show the animation with the other recovery, and we're going to show two different pictures. The first picture is going to be this overlay here. It's just a bunch of colors, and how I achieved that was, let me show you. Pretty simple. We're just going to take the battle back right here and just apply. So we're going to give it a median blur. We're just going to increase the radius greatly so it looks something like that. Anyway, in the end, you get something like that, and it creates a nice color overlay. So you're going to set the opacity to 0, the number to 99. Next, we're going to show the border, which is just a title screen from Title 2, and I just kind of exported it. And that's going to be set to 255. And we're going to set the origin on this one to center, picture number 100, and we're going to put half of the screen's width and height. And that's going to center the picture, and we're going to change the scaling from 100 to 120%. So that way it's zoomed in off screen. Then we're going to move picture number 99, uncheck the wait for completion. The duration is going to be about 60 frames. We're going to change the opacity to 150 and set the blend mode to multiply. This is going to apply those really cool, I guess, Persona style colors. Because like Persona has like that really reddish tint, and I freaking love it. I love the way Persona looks. It's just awesome. And then we're going to do the same thing for picture number 100, except we're going to keep the opacity. And we're just going to change the blend mode to additive. Make sure your coordinates are correct as well, and your origin is also remaining as center. And we're just going to change the width and height to 100%. That's going to allow the picture to kind of fall into place like it does. And then we just do something kind of cool here. We set the player's move route, we turn his opacity to 200, we wait for 3 frames, then turn the player's opacity to 120, and then wait for 3 more frames. We're going to check wait for completion on this one. And we're going to create a label. You can create a label by going to new and setting a label here. We're going to call it ask or underscore ask. You can call it whatever you want, but I name my labels sometimes with underscores. And we're going to show an empty text box, and that's going to be shown in the middle. And it's just literally going to have a couple of spaces in it. Next, we're going to show choices. I'm going to go over this little bit of code here. The \I and the number 79 will display icon number 79 in the icon list. In other words, that will display this one right here. You can see the number down here when you're clicking an icon. So yeah, that's going to display icon number 79. And right next to it, we have a / and a closing curly brace. I think that's what you call them. That's going to shrink the text. You want to do this after the icon or before. I don't think the icon gets messed with, but just in case, do it after the icon. So then we're going to do, just write the word, or write the command, which is save in this case. And here we have icon number 229. We're just going to name it mission, and we have icon 82 and exit. So when you do click on save, we're simply playing a sound effect, opening the save menu, and then jumping to the label ask. That's going to repeat this section here. That's actually really important, especially when you click on mission, so that it goes back to the question and not exiting the event. So on mission, we're just going to display some text. It's going to be \V, and in between brackets, we're going to type 001 or 0001 or just 1. That's going to basically display the first variable in, we're going to set that here in a minute. And again, jump to the label, as I said. And exit, you don't really have to do anything. You can just leave that alone. To close, we're going to fade out the picture number 99. We're going to set the opacity to 0. You want to make sure the blend mode is still the same, though. Otherwise, it'll kind of likely snap into existence with a different blend mode, and that's not what you want. So make sure the blend mode is the same, but just change the transparency. And picture 100, we're just going to zoom it in even more than normal, 150%, and that kind of gives it the slightly speedier effect, which kind of separates the intro from the outro. Like, it doesn't make it an exact mirror copy. Again, make sure your origin and your direct designation is the same. And these ones we're not going to wait. This one's going to be 30 frames, this one's going to be 60. After that, we're going to set move route player, change his opacity back to normal, and then move him down, skip and wait like we did before, and then just regather the followers. As for the animations that we did, I literally just did a small one here that just kind of flashes the sprite green. And it plays like a heal sound effect. And it kind of hides the target at random as well. No real order to it, but the other one here, it's a pretty simple one. I have the absorb, and I only have like 3 frames. You can barely see the little flash animation thing, and I have it flash to screen green while playing the sound effect flash 1. Now, to set the variable to text and not a number, all we have to do is go to control variables. So I'll just do this real quick. Go to control variables, and you want to set the variable here. Make sure the operation is set. You have your variable selected. In this case, 1, which is the variable that we use. You can label it if you want. I highly recommend that. Save menu mission, or you can name it, something organized. And to make it text, you can do / okay, so basically you just do quotes string here. But you can also do your codes. So we can do /C34, or well, that doesn't exist. C9 janky /C2 danky. And now, once you set that, we have this little effect here. Now, if you run into this problem, as I was saying, so when you do script like this, when you do scripts, the backslash will automatically get removed. So you want to do 2 of them so that it reads properly. So instead of like what you would normally do would show text, you need to do 2 of them, 2 backslashes instead of just 1. Other than that, it's pretty simple. You know, I didn't mess up or anything. I just, you know, did that so you know what's going on. Yeah. Totally, so you know, this stuff happened.